She was once a pure and beautiful nun, who loved to spend afternoons after drinking sheep's blood, praying to God while letting her soul soar.
O Lord, so that your love alone be ever my delight. God?
A man's cry immediately snapped Carla from her reverie back to reality. A man was struggling in the bushes, on this isolated island cut off from the world, inhabited only by 3 nuns forgotten by time. How could a man suddenly appear? Shocked by the scene, Carla rushed to the convent to alert her sisters. The 2 elderly nuns were cutting lamb chops for dinner, when Carla described a man wearing a black robe with a white collar. The elder nun immediately suspected he might be a lost priest. The trio grew uneasy. They hadn't seen a stranger in years. Just as they were at a loss, the man appeared before them. Hostile stances formed between the 2 parties, but judging by the man's attire and his introduction as Father Eager, the leading nun quickly lowered her guard and introduced her 2 sisters behind her. It turned out Eager was a clergyman tasked with investigating and reporting on abandoned church properties. He had been sent to inspect this convent, long forgotten by the church, and registered as an abandoned site. Eager's sudden arrival shattered the nuns' decades of tranquility. He embodied modern civilization, male authority, and ecclesiastical intervention, directly conflicting with the primitive religious order the 3 nuns clung to. But even more inconveniently, Eager's phone had died, leaving him unable to contact the outside world. He had no choice but to stay the night. Soon, a cruel twist would unfold on this desolate island. To welcome this distant guest, they even brought out long-forgotten red wine. The 3 nuns donned respectable robes and prepared a lavish dinner, though the wine had long lost its flavor. What was even more unexpected was that after so long cut off from the world, the knives and forks stored in drawers felt unfamiliar, and using their hands to grab food seemed more convenient. Eager watched the scene unfold, a palpable awkwardness hanging in the air. After dinner, the nun knitted by the table, chatting with the young priest. When she inquired about his purpose for coming, the conversation took a startling turn. It turned out the church intended to demolish the monastery and build a new retirement home for elderly people from the mainland. This meant the 3 nuns could no longer stay here. Once the decision was finalized, they'd have to leave immediately.
What about our sheep?
Probably best you slaughter them.
They regarded the sheep as sacred symbols, seeing themselves as God's lambs. Their faith was profoundly unique, so they vehemently opposed demolishing the convent, and couldn't bear the thought of slaughtering their sisters. The 3 began discussing how to save it, but before they could reach a conclusion, Eager suddenly burst in. He claimed his phone was missing, and demanded a bed to sleep in. Unexpectedly, Ife led Eager to the sheep pen, telling him to sleep there tonight. Clearly, hearing the news of the monastery's destruction had left everyone deeply displeased. They no longer treated this guest with courtesy. In truth, the 3 nuns held vastly different views, especially the young Carla. She had stolen the priest's phone, a novelty to her. She also took a knife and fork used by the priest, sniffing them curiously. Simultaneously, she cut a piece of fabric from the priest's clothing, brought out her treasured woolen garment, and sewed the fabric onto it. She savored the essence of the priest's presence, given Carla's gentle and innocent nature.